please welcome Art the Clown.
Hi.
A man chooses.
My victim. Okay. Let's talk.
Yeah, so pretty much I couldn't include any clips of Art killing anyone in this because, yeah, I don't want to get into trouble. Welcome back to Villain Review, and today I'm looking at Art the Clown from Terrifier 1 and 2. He's made waves recently for his brutality and just ruthlessness, but is he actually a good villain? Let's break him down and find out. Also, stay until the end of the video to find out who next week's villain is. Cool. We know nothing about Art the Clown. Is he human? A demon? Alien? Honestly, who knows? He is a very mysterious character and uses the approach of vagueness and mystery when it comes to his motive. He does have some supernatural abilities like being highly immune to damage, he can change his voice to mimic others, and all this crazy other stuff, but yeah, it's just not really explained. I think the approach of mystery for Art, it works fine, but honestly, I would like to learn a little more about his past in the future. I don't know, I think it could be interesting. If we knew more about Art's past, it would hopefully help us understand him better and clear up a lot of this confusion I have with his abilities. Sometimes he just whips out new powers to use them once, and then we kind of just gotta go with it. Oh no, look, it's Art the Clown. Good thing I put up this giant barrier to stop him from okay, he flies now? He flies now. You can still keep that mystery, but just maybe define Art a little better. But hey, that's just me. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I just want things to make sense. Art is such an amazing character because one minute he's the evilest, most vile piece of demonic clown filth you have ever. Okay, look at that. He's got funny glasses on. That's kind of funny. David Howard Thornton deserves so much credit for the success of Art because he does such an amazing job. Art always has these very cartoonish facial expressions and mannerisms that contradict the evil side of him incredibly well. He's a mime type character who never really speaks, but he's always saying so much because of the wide array of goofy and wacky faces he's always making. What makes this so scary? Like, what makes clowns so scary when you actually think about it? To me, it all comes down to that contradiction of being goofy in very not goofy situations. Art is having fun. More than that, the dude's having a blast. He's all smiles and giggles and funny faces, but the things he's doing are just horrible, horrible things. It is nothing to be happy about, and the fact that he's having so much fun, it's unsettling because of how wrong it feels. He acts like a child sometimes, and again, that's freaking weird. First off, not a child. Second off, childs don't do this kind of stuff. Okay, actually. He does feel like an actual clown, especially compared to other scary clown villains, and it does lend to some genuinely funny moments for the character. Moments where he's so over the top, you just can't help but laugh. Like, I know he's the bad guy, but come on, look at him. I also really like the design of the character. He keeps that clown appearance, but he's devoid of any color, something that, again, feels off for a clown. He feels like that dark timeline clown, that clown who something feels weird, but not to the point where you don't buy this guy still can't pass for a clown. For me, the best Art scenes are the moments right before he switches into psycho killing mode. There's a point in every Art kill where he's still holding up that friendly persona to his victim, and there's just so much tension. It just it gives me a feeling I don't get very often with horror villains. He's evil, and he knows it, I know it, but his victim doesn't know it, and that's creepy. He's capable of so much evil, and he's going to unleash it at any point, but to his victim, he's just a creepy clown who might be a little sus, but nothing crazy. Not like he's gonna be cutting off limbs or scalps or anything like that. No. All the scenes where he's doing the absolute most in killing his victims, I struggle to call them good scenes, but we still need to talk about them. In case you don't know, Art kills his victims in very inhumane, graphic, and just awful ways. And it's one of the things that makes these movies stand out, maybe even more so than Art himself. On a technical aspect though, they are amazing. They always have great acting, fantastic practical effects, and maybe for the wrong reasons, but they're incredibly memorable. These scenes are always important because they help not only Art, but the movie itself stand out in the genre of horror, and even further than that, slashers. They might be some of the most revealing scenes as far as Art's personality because they show just how evil and demented this guy is. Yeah, he's just killing people, and that's nothing new for horror villains, but the way he kills them, it just makes him come across more sadistic than 99% of horror villains. And again, in my opinion, that makes him a much better villain. Art is by far one of the evilest villains I've ever reviewed, and I've reviewed some pretty evil dudes, Joker, Omni-Man, Homelander, just to name a few. And I think that if I had to be killed by any of them, any villain I've ever reviewed, and there's almost 160 of them, Art would be my last pick, and that's pretty easy. Okay, think of a horror movie. Think of a Michael Myers kill, a Freddy Krueger kill. Any of those kills, if that's how Art got you, you'd be getting off pretty easy. He's having mercy. He kills you, and he kills you in horrible ways, but it's not just that. This guy wants to make it painful. He wants it to last a long time. Pennywise feeds off of fear, and it seems like this guy feeds off of pain because of how much effort he goes through to make each death as horrible as possible. Truly one of the worst characters I've ever reviewed, and since he doesn't have an origin to explain his motive, I guess he just does it for fun. He does it for his own pleasure, not because he's compelled by some revenge plot or a deep childhood trauma. It's one of the advantages of not having a fleshed out origin, the fact that he seemingly has no reason for doing all of the awful things he does.
Seriously, do you live around here or something?
Art doesn't have an origin like at all or a motive, and that leads to really my only problem with the character, just how undefined and sporadic his powers are. I don't need the origin, although I think it might be cool. I just want there to be a little structure, so I'm not surprised when he pulls out new jutsus and all this stuff in the last like 20 minutes of the movie. Besides that though, I think Art is a fantastic villain. His personality is great and unsettling, and it really gives you a lot of what you want in a good horror villain. Speaking of horror villains, it's so hard for killer clowns to stand out these days because we have so many, but Art did exactly that and has become one of the best clown villains we've seen in a long time. His scenes are just jam-packed with tension, and they're memorable, and the fact he's one of the evilest characters we've maybe seen ever, it adds even more fear to the character, making him stand out further. I'm gonna give Art the Clown an 8.5. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video. They take a lot of work. Subscribe because I make a new villain review every single Monday. And that's that. Hear more reviews. Thanks for watching. Cool things. Bye.